Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Well, good morning. It's good to see you all here on this beautiful day, where I think it might be even more comfortable and more beautiful outside than in the church, where the air is not moving quite as good as we hoped. And yet here we are. So maybe today's the sermon to really talk about hellfire and brimstone when it's stuffy in the church. I want to focus a little bit today on what it means to be changed by the cross of Christ, to change our very lives, to change the way we live our lives. But before I dive in, let me do something kind of light, maybe humorous. There was a woman who went to see the Barbie movie, which is all the rage. I haven't seen it. I don't have anything pink to wear. Evidently, you're supposed to wear pink and go see Barbie. This lady went to the movie and she took her seat and she looked across the movie theater and there was another lady that came in with her little dog. And they sat down just a little bit in front and the movie started. And during the movie she kind of looked over and the dog appeared to smile and laugh at the appropriate moments in the movie. And then there was a sad part of the movie and she looked over and there was a tear coming down the cheek of the dog. She was amazed. So when the movie ended, she walked over to the other side of the theater and said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I've just got to tell you, your dog seemed to really love the movie and understand it." And the lady looked back at her and said, "Yeah, that's pretty amazing since she didn't really like a book." Sometimes we see things and we're surprised by what we see. We're almost mesmerized by what we see. We're dumbfounded and we find ourselves not wanting to believe what we see, what we witness. And so maybe that's what's going on today. Jesus tells the disciples, this is how it's going to be. This is the way it is. And they go, that's impossible. There's no way. Jesus says, set your mind not on the things of this world, but on divine things. If you want to follow me, you got to deny yourself, you got to take up your cross, and you got to follow me. Deny yourself, take up your cross, and follow me. I could end the sermon right there. That's it in a nutshell. The disciples are amazed, but they're also bothered. Bothered so much that Jesus looks at Peter, the rock on whom the church is built, and says, "Get behind me, Satan." Have you ever made your parents so mad they turn and look at you and you say, "Stop it right now," and you feel like they're calling you the devil? Let me illustrate in a different way. You remember back in the 2000s, I guess it was the early 2000s, it was this huge TV show called Extreme Makeover Home Edition. And they'd go in and transform a house. We had a house in Blacksburg, Virginia, where they came in and took over the community. And they rebuilt this house into this monster mansion. And I always used to be really perplexed by the concept of the show, which was basically to take what somebody has and to give them what you think they might want. There's a lot of presumption in this idea that we're going to give you something so wonderful that if you had only known it existed, you would have wanted it. It's the greatest TV show of projection that I think they've ever created, where these decorators and designers project their idea of beauty and greatness and comfort and luxury into the life of other human beings. We know what you need. We know what you want. We even know what you're dreaming about. We're going to come build your house. And it was a fun show because the reveal was always amazing. But sometimes when you build a $900,000 mansion in the middle of projects, it doesn't turn out well. And the story of that show after it left the air is quite an interesting read. If you ever want to read about something, some of the problems created by the excessive tax bill that was upon these residents who got these new houses that got newly appraised. They no longer could afford to live in their own homes. They weren't the winners of the show at that point. what you need. Instead of denying oneself, we suddenly become super arrogant. In the world of hospital chaplaincy, this happens at every single room. You go to the door of a patient, you know a little bit about what's going on in the room medically. Maybe you have a little note from another chaplain or somebody who called you and said, this patient wants to see a chaplain. Maybe they have a new cancer diagnosis or heart problems or something. So you don't know much. But it's real easy to kind of look at that situation and think, I know what they need. Let me come in here and be super chaplain and fix it for you. But I tell you what, it doesn't cut it. I told a young chaplain last year, I said, has anyone told you to F off? He started and said, it'll happen. It'll happen, and it usually happens when you think you know better what patient needs than they are aware of themselves. Denying self is about going into that room without saying, how can I fix you? Instead, you just sit back and wait. That projection gets in the way. The extreme home makeover model of chaplaincy is a disaster. Let me build a mansion in the middle of your misery. That ain't gonna work. Somebody looks back at you and says, but I've only got 2 weeks to live. And you're talking about building a mansion for the next 20 years of my life, which I don't have. Chaplain, you can just fix it back. Love of neighbor in that moment is often patient and quiet. I often find myself imagining someone looking out into the vastness of the ocean, and I just come alongside them for a while and float in that water. They'll speak, they'll cry, they'll cuss, they'll be angry. They might even shout at God or look at me and deny God's existence. Do I contradict them? Do I correct them? Do I seek to break them down and rebuild a mansion? Or do I just listen? I deny self and actively love them where they are in their pain. Deny yourself. Then he transitions from this real denial, this unselfish way of living our lives. This is a radical difference for the disciples to hear this. Because there's a whole lot of pain in society. He says, take up your cross. Take up your cross. What do we know about crosses? They're uncomfortable. They're a death sentence. You get weighted down, you're burdened by carrying a cross. Have you heard people say, oh, that poor fellow, what a cross he has to bear. Oh, poor him. Living life authentically, out on the edge of possibility, where you trust God more than you trust yourself, is not an easy way of living. Sometimes we're called to share our bread even when we don't have much to share. Sometimes it would be tempting to live a lie and join a big group of people where everybody smiles all the time. Aren't we all so wonderful? Look at us. Oh my goodness. If only the rest of these poor, sorry people could see life like we do. Man alive, they'd be so happy because we don't have any problems here. Take up your cross. That means it isn't going to be easy. In fact, that's almost a promise that it's going to be hard. And the last thing, Jesus gives us the formula, and he finishes it by saying, follow me. Man, we don't like following, do we? We like to lead. We like to lead. We like to turn to other people and say, follow me. Instead of looking to Jesus and following him with others. It's also a reminder that our faith is not idle. arrogant kid up in the mountains, and if you're young and arrogant in a Baptist community, what do? You send a letter to Billy Graham. That's what all young, arrogant people do. I sent a letter to Billy Kramer. And I said, well, I'm here, Billy. I'm ready to work for you. I sent it to the Evangelistic Association. I got a letter back. At the top of it said, God does not move a still stone. Oh. He said, begin serving the Lord, reading your Bible, and learning about the Lord, and He'll direct your path. Following Jesus is not about idleness. Even when you're stopping to pray, when you kneel to pray, when you're still and quiet, you're moving, you're active in your walk with Jesus. Not standing still, we're risking that we might get it wrong. It's like crossing a creek. You never quite know whether the rock you're going to step on next might wobble under your foot. But you step on it anyway. Because following Jesus is not easy. And not only do we not know whether the rock's going to be stable under our feet, we got to weight on our back. And yet, we follow it. We follow Him lest He turn and look us in the eye and say, get behind me, Satan. What's wrong with you? In a patient's room, I often will stand there as they speak their stories, as they express their fears. And I find myself gazing intently beyond that person to try and find Jesus. Because the image of God is in each of us, drawing each of us into deeper relationship with each other. And so that's really the message of today. To look at each other, look at our neighbor, to fall in love with our neighbor again, to live holy, godly lives of disciples, following Jesus. Just like Paul says in the letter to the Romans today, don't be haughty. Associate with the lowly. Wow, that's risky. Be ardent in spirit. I'm using the translation from my Bible. Rejoice in hope. Extend hospitality to strangers. Bless those who persecute you. Oh, are you kidding me? Patient in suffering. I'm not patient when it's going well. Persevere in prayer. Weep with those who weep, and live in harmony. Paul's got it right on the nose. Trying to make God in our image, religion, extreme, what should it be called? Extreme Makeover Church Edition, it should be called. Instead of putting a $700,000 mansion in the projects, how about putting God in the projects to transform it all? How much more glorious when it's we who are made in God's image. Ever seeing God in the hearts of others, ever challenging our own presuppositions and our projections, ever remaining open to the unknown, the unanswerable questions in life. Simply living in a love that is open and real, and dare I say transformative, because that's where we started, about being changed. I truly believe there are hundreds upon hundreds of people who want and need to hear that message. They're tired of this institutional church of our childhood being restricted, telling them what to believe, telling them how to feel, how to do it, like rules and regulations. They want someone to come alongside them and look at the scene with them, the vastness of possibility, to sit down with them. Just like there are times when we want somebody to come and sit down alongside of us. Jesus sits with us today and whispers in our ear, deny yourself, take up your cross, follow me. And I simply say, my brothers and sisters, be changed forever by the cross. Maybe the dog didn't like the book, but he loved the movie. Amen.